if I told you that the world's first smartphone empire didn't come from Apple or Samsung, but from a Canadian company that once dominated Wall Street, Hollywood, and even the White House? This is the story of Blackberry, a tech titan that ruled the mobile world until it didn't. From boardrooms to red carpets, Blackberry was the ultimate status symbol. But in just a few short years, the mighty Crackberry lost everything. How does a company go from global dominance to near total irrelevance, seemingly overnight? Well, buckle up, because this isn't just a story about missed opportunities and bad decisions. This is a cautionary tale of innovation, arrogance, and the brutal speed of technological disruption. And before we dive into the full story, don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more incredible business stories like this one. Now, let's rewind the clock. Long before the world became obsessed with smartphones, two Canadian engineering students, Mike Lazaridis and Douglas Freegan, started a little company called Research in Motion, RIM, in 1984. The company didn't build phones. In fact, their first breakthrough had nothing to do with consumers. It was wireless data. Think pagers and communication systems for companies and government agencies. By the mid-90s, RIM developed technology for sending wireless emails, an idea so ahead of its time, most people didn't even understand it. But in 1999, everything changed. That's when RIM released the Blackberry 850, a two-way pager that let users send and receive emails on the go. It wasn't flashy, it didn't have a camera, it didn't even make phone calls. But for busy professionals, it was revolutionary. You could check email from anywhere. And just like that, RIM created a new category, the smartphone. As the 2000s began, BlackBerry's popularity exploded. The device quickly became a must-have for CEOs, government officials, and celebrities. Even President George W. Bush used one. Later, Barack Obama would refuse to give his up after taking office. The tactile keyboard? Addictive. The secure email system? Unmatched. People were glued to their Blackberries, so much so, the media nicknamed it the Crackberry. By 2007, BlackBerry controlled over 50% of the US smartphone market and over 20% globally. RIM was printing money, their stocks soared, their devices were symbols of power. At its peak, BlackBerry was worth over $80 billion. But beneath the surface, cracks were already forming. In January 2007, Steve Jobs walked on stage and said, "Today, Apple is going to reinvent the phone." At first, RIM's leadership wasn't worried. After all, the iPhone had no keyboard. It was more of a toy than a tool. Jim Balsillie, RIM's co-CEO, even joked, "It's okay, we'll all be fine." But the iPhone wasn't just a new phone, it was a new platform, a full touchscreen computer in your pocket, and it changed consumer expectations forever. Soon, app developers rushed to the iPhone. Users loved the sleek design and intuitive interface, and most importantly, people realized they didn't need physical keyboards anymore. BlackBerry's core advantage? Gone in an instant. Still, RIM refused to pivot. Internally, RIM was split. The company had two CEOs, Mike Lazaridis and Jim Balsillie, both brilliant but pulling in different directions. Mike wanted to focus on engineering and security. Jim was chasing global deals and market expansion, but neither saw the writing on the wall. They believed BlackBerry's keyboard and email encryption would keep users loyal. They laughed off the iPhone. They mocked Android. Instead of innovating, they doubled down on what had worked before. Just make more Blackberries. By the time RIM realized the smartphone market was shifting towards touchscreen and consumer-focused apps, it was already too late. Trying to catch up to Apple, RIM launched its first touchscreen phone in 2008, the BlackBerry Storm, and it was a total disaster. The device was rushed, the touchscreen was clunky, and the software? Buggy as hell. Critics slammed it. Users returned it in droves. Verizon reportedly had to replace every sold unit at a massive loss. The Storm was supposed to be BlackBerry's answer to the iPhone. Instead, it became a symbol of how out of touch the company had become. Internally, engineers warned leadership that the product wasn't ready, but the executives pushed forward anyway. Desperation had set in. While BlackBerry stumbled, Apple and Android sprinted ahead. Google's Android operating system flooded the market with cheaper, better phones. Samsung, HTC, Motorola, everyone was making slick touchscreen devices. Apps became the new battleground. The App Store and Google Play boomed. But BlackBerry, their app ecosystem was virtually non-existent. Developers didn't want to build for a dying platform. Consumers didn't want phones that couldn't run Instagram, YouTube, or Angry Birds. By 2011, BlackBerry's market share had collapsed to just 8% in the US. And then, the worst possible thing happened. In October 2011, BlackBerry's global network went down. For 3 days, millions of users couldn't access email, BBM, BlackBerry Messenger, or the internet. In Europe, Africa, and the Middle East, people were furious. Businesses lost money, customers lost trust. And when the dust settled, most of them switched to iPhone or Android. That outage wasn't just a technical glitch. It was the final blow to BlackBerry's reputation for reliability. You can't sell secure, stable communication and then go dark for 3 days. In 2012, both co-CEOs resigned. Thorsten Heinz took over and promised a comeback. The plan? BlackBerry 10, a brand new operating system, sleek, modern, fast. It launched in 2013, years too late. By then, developers and users had moved on. No one was interested in a third mobile ecosystem. BlackBerry 10 failed, again. Desperate to stop the bleeding, BlackBerry announced it would exit the consumer market entirely. It laid off thousands of employees. It put itself up for sale. No one wanted to buy it. The once mighty BlackBerry, worth billions, was now circling the drain. So what do you do when your core product dies? You pivot. BlackBerry finally accepted that it couldn't compete in the smartphone game. Instead, it shifted to enterprise software, focusing on cybersecurity, automotive systems, and business communications. By 2016, the company stopped making phones entirely. It licensed the BlackBerry name to other manufacturers, who produced Android-powered BlackBerry-branded phones for niche markets. Today, BlackBerry still exists, but not as the BlackBerry we remember. It's a software and security firm serving governments and businesses. Quiet, low profile, profitable, but unrecognizable. The phone, the keyboard, the magic, gone. So, what really killed BlackBerry? It wasn't just Apple, or Android, or bad products. It was something deeper, complacency. BlackBerry believed it was untouchable, denial. They saw the future, but clung to the past. Ego. Leadership ignored warnings. Engineers were overruled. Customers were underestimated. In the tech world, innovation never sleeps. 1 minute you're the king, the next, forgotten. BlackBerry teaches us that being first isn't enough. Being right once doesn't guarantee you'll be right again. You have to keep evolving, keep listening, keep pushing, and most of all, never think it can't happen to you. So what do you think? Could BlackBerry have survived if it had embraced touchscreen early? Or was it always destined to fall? Let us know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and hey, if you enjoyed this story, don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into the rise and fall of business empires. See you in the next one.